Terrific.
Terrible.
I mean, I don't understand completely.
I'm not surprised.
He combines all these different trends.
I'm not surprised.
Can't divide art today into categories neatly.
Oh.
What matters is the means, not the end.
I'm not surprised.
That is the state of the art, my dear. That is the state of the art.
It's not enough knowing good from rotten.
You're telling me.
When something new pops up every day.
You're telling me.
It's only new, though, for now.
Yes, sir.
But yesterday's forgotten.
And tomorrow is already passing.
There's no surprise. That is the state of the art, my friend. That is the state of the art.
He's an original.
Was.
I like the images.
Some.
Come on, you had your moment. Now it's George's turn.
It's George's turn.
Don't you think he's original?
Yes, you're talking
it's really new.
It's more than novelty.
It's a promotion, but that is the state of the art, isn't it?
Art isn't easy, even when you've amassed it. Fighting prizes.
No one can be an oracle.
Art isn't easy.
Suddenly you passed it.
All good prizes, and then when it's allegorical.
Art isn't easy. Any way you look at it.
All right, George, as long as it's your night. George, you know what's in the room. George, another chromaloom. George, it's time to get to work.
Oh, George, look, all these lovely people in front of our painting.
George, I want you to meet one of our board members. This is Harriet Pauling.
What a pleasure. And this is my friend, Billy Webster. How do you do?
How do you do?
Well, I'll just leave you three to chat.
Harriet was so impressed by your presentation.
This is the third piece of yours I've seen. They're getting so large.
Now, what heading would you say your work falls under?
Well, most people think of it as sculpture.
Sculpture.
Well, actually, I think of myself as an inventor as well as a sculptor.
It's so unconventional for sculpture.
Say cheese, George, and put them at their ease. George, you're up on the trapeze. George, machines don't grow on trees. George, start putting it together.
I bet your great-grandfather would have been very proud of you.
Yes, he would have loved to see me.
Oh, how do you know?
Well, I just know. I'm like that.
Hi, I'm Harriet Pauling.
Billy Webster.
How do you do? This is Elaine, George's former wife.
Hello.
Elaine is such a darling. I will always think of her as my granddaughter. I'm just so happy that these children here remain close. Isn't it nice?
Yes, Harriet has just been through a rather messy divorce.
Billy, what a fascinating family you have.
Oh, many people say that. George and I are going to France next month to visit the island where the painting was made. And George is going to bring the Lomochrome.
Chromalo. I've been invited by the government to do a presentation of the machine on the island.
Yeah, George has never been to France.
Art isn't easy, even when you're hot.
Are these inventions of yours
Fancy
one
art
of a kind?
is easy, yes. Financing it is not.
Well, they take a year to make.
Vision's just a vision if it's only in your
And then if he
head.
finishes one, he starts raising money for the next.
No one gets to see it, it's as good as dead.
Work, work, work.
It has to come to light. I put the names of my contributors on the side of each machine.
Some very impressive people. Well, we must speak further. My family has a foundation, and we're always looking for new projects.
Bit by bit, putting it together.
Family is really all you have.
By piece, only way to make a work of art. Every moment makes a contribution. Every little detail plays a part. Because a vision's no solution. Everything depends on execution. Putting it together, that's what counts.
Actually, the board of the foundation's meeting next week.
Ounce by ounce, putting it together.
You'll come to lunch.
Small amounts, adding up to make a work of art. First of all, you need a good foundation, otherwise it's risky from the start. Takes a little cocktail conversation, while without the proper preparation, having just a vision's no solution. Everything depends on execution. The art of making art is putting it together, bit by bit.
We've been hearing about you for some time. We haven't met. Charles Redmond, County Museum, Texas.
Nice to meet you.
We think your work is just tremendous.
Oh, thank you.
I hate to bring up business at a social occasion, but We're in the process of giving out some sizable commissions.
You're not trying to steal him away from us, are you?
By a lane in the connections. Drink by drink, fixing and perfecting the design. Acting just a dab of politician, always knowing where to draw the line. Lining up the funds, but in addition, lining up a prominent commission. Otherwise, your perfect composition isn't gonna get much exhibition. Art isn't easy. Every minor detail is a major decision. Have to keep things in scale, have to hold to your vision. Every time I start to feel defensive, I remember lasers are expensive. What's a little cocktail conversation? It's gonna get you your foundation into a prominent commission, an exhibition in addition.
Art isn't easy.
Trying to make connections.
Who understands it?
Able to evaluate.
Art isn't easy. Trying to form collections, always in transit.
And then you have to collaborate.
Art isn't easy. Any way you look at it.
George, you have to meet Mr. Randolph.
Hello, I'm Lee Randolph. I handle the public relations for the museum.
Oh, how do you do?
There you are, George. Oh, hi, Marie. Eisenhower.
Delighted. You kids made quite a stir tonight.
You see, George, that elektrische screw-up didn't hurt our
There's
reception.
a great opportunity for some nice publicity here.
Dot by dot, building up the image. Shot by shot, keeping at a distance doesn't pay. Still, if you remember your objective, not by your privacy away. A little bit of hype can be effective, as long as you can keep it in perspective. After all, without some recognition, no one's gonna give you a commission. It should cause a crack in the foundation. You wasted all that conversation.
I'm really sorry, George. I spoke with Naomi in great detail about how much electricity our synthesizer was going to use. I computed the exact voltage.
Dennis, it's okay.
The laser was beautiful, George.
It was, wasn't it? Now, go get yourself a drink, Dennis. Mingle.
George, there's one more thing I want to talk to you about. I was going to wait. Oh, I'll wait.
What?
I'm quitting.
Quitting?
I'm going back to NASA. There's just too much pressure in this line of work.
Dennis, don't make any rash decisions. Take it easy. Sleep on it. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, George.
Art isn't easy,
Hey, it's the brain.
even if you're smart.
No technical screw-up tonight,
You
Dennis.
think it's all together, then something falls apart.
I love the new machine, George.
Oh, thanks. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, we saw you talking to Redmond from Texas.
Yeah.
Did you get one of the commissions?
Well, we talked about it. You guys?
Huh? My stuff's a little too inaccessible.
I love your work, Alex. I'll put in a good word for you.
He knows my work.
Hey, it's all politics, Alex. Maybe if you just lighten up once in a while.
Texas would be fun.
Art isn't easy. Overnight, you're the trend. You're the right combination. And the trend's at an end. You're suddenly last year's sensation. So you should support the competition. Try to set aside your own ambition while you jockey for position. If you feel a sense of coalition, then you never really stand alone. If you want your work to reach fruition, what you need is a link with your tradition. Cause a prominent commission. A little formal recognition so that you can go and so that your work can go on exhibition.
The man of the hour.
Oh, Blair, hello. I read your piece on neo-expressionism.
Just what the world needs, another piece on neo-expressionism.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Good for you. Now, I had no idea you might be related to 19th century France.
It's a cloudy ancestral line at best.
I'm dying to meet your grandmother. It was fun seeing the two of you on stage with your invention. It added a certain humanity to the proceedings.
Humanity?
George, chromalume number 7.
Be nice, George.
I was hoping it would be a series of 3, 4 at the most.
You have to pay a price, George.
We have been there before, you know.
You never suffer from a shortage of opinions, do you, Blair?
You never minded my opinions when they were in your favor. I have touted your work from the beginning.
They
You
like
know
to give
that.
advice, George.
You were really onto something with these light machines.
Don't think about it twice, George.
Once. Now they're just becoming more and more about less and less.
Well, I disagree.
Don't get me wrong. You're a talented guy. If you weren't, I wouldn't waste our time with my opinions. I think you're capable of far more. Not that you couldn't succeed doing chromaloom after chromaloom, but there are new discoveries to be made, George.
Be new, George. They tell you to their blue, George. You can cross your through, George. And even if it's true, George, you do what you can do. By bit, putting it together. By piece, working out the vision night and day. All it takes is time and perseverance, with a little luck along the way. Putting in a personal appearance, gathering supporters and adherents.
And he combines all these different trends.
Mapping out the right configuration, starting with a suitable foundation. Plus a little learning in the room, and an exhibition in addition. A little dab of politics.
And like this image is
Touch of politics. Have a balanced composition. I do have a suspicion. It's taking all your concentration.